Princess Taghrid Institute is one of the initiatives that supports women all over Jordan. It started with the vision of helping orphans and abandoned girls after the age of 18, especially the ones that doesn't have any family names. Jordan is based on tribes and extended families, bonds, and the girls that doesn't have any family name, they are labeled, discriminated, and they faces a lot of challenges in their life. So what we have done at Princess Taghrid Institute, that we wanted to fill the gap, the psychological gap between leaving the orphanages at the age of 18 to be integrated in the local community and fill the psychological gap that they usually have. So we worked parallel between, changing the point of view of the local community towards those girls and boys, and at the same time to empower the girls to be independent, to know how to live their life in a decent way, and to gain job opportunities, and to gain respect and earn it through their work and becoming a productive young ladies and young men in the local community. With the blessing of His Majesty King Abdullah II, we have managed to arrange for an official aftercare program from the age 18 to 24. So the girls comes immediately from the orphanages at the age of 18. They go back to school to do their high school exams, or they go into vocational training, and we provide them afterwards with all the psychological, emotional help until they feel really well empowered and ready to be integrated in the local community. We provide them with job opportunities. We have a very strong networking with the private sector, with the public sector, with the army, with the police department, different sectors that are employing our girls and making sure that they're having a sustainable income to have a decent life. Being an empowered institute, 7 years ago we've started going into the remote areas and poverty pockets. So we work with women, with families, with children. We work with women in training and opening job opportunities, either direct job opportunities or through training them with a specific handcraft and production line that we buy afterwards and display in Dar Ni'meh, which is the House of Bliss. The good thing about this that women feels more relaxed to work at home, produce, and gain some money to upstand to make their life better and upgrade their lifestyle. The other thing for the family, we have a lot of awareness programs that we do for families in different fields, health, education. Actually, we have a lot of nice awareness programs, and which helps a lot of issues such as gender-based violence towards women, early marriage, harassment, different kind of things. For children, we have Princess Taghrid Center for Diagnosis and Measurement. It's a center that helps all the children to have the chance to be diagnosed and measured in early intervention way, so that we can help them in if they have any learning disabilities or autistic symptoms or anything like that. We help the families to be aware of it, and we give them lectures to how to deal with them, and we also refer them to the right centers to go and have support programs. We have now 8 centers in the remote areas, and we also submit all our services in a very, very minimum prices, and most of it also without any fees. The other thing that we do at PTI, that we consider ourselves as a productive hub. So in order to sustain our institute and to give more and more support for the local community and for the orphans and for the women in the remote areas, we have productive projects and we provide services. So we have a catering business that produce all kind of food. We have a bakery. We have also a gelato workshop, which produce also ice cream, gelato, and sorbet. We have also a tailor shop, And each center that we have all over Jordan has also a productive project inside it. So in Ajloun, for example, we have basket making, we have oil distillation. In Gorfeifa and Karak, in the south, we have wool making. So we do different kind of products in wool making, natural wool. So each center has its own identity and production line and production products. Some of the ladies, they work direct, as I said, and some of them we work on piece by piece, so we pay them by piece. We believe that Princess Taghrid Institute is an umbrella for the home-based businesses, and we hope that we can spread our services to all the remote areas and the villages all over Jordan. And we hope that we can help women to export their products also outside Jordan in order to provide them with a decent life and job opportunities. We've started our initiatives in 2010. Until now, we are proud to say that we have graduated more than 350 orphans between boys and girls, and we provided a lot of job opportunities. For women, we have trained not less than, let's say, 2,500 women with a professional certificate, which is 6 month certificate. They take it also from the Ministry of Labor through us. And we have maybe our beneficiaries, let's say, from all over Jordan, exceeded 12,000 from women, Syrian refugees, from our awareness programs, from our services, from the children at the diagnosis and measurement. So we have a very large numbers that are really benefiting. And the good thing that our centers, we build a relationship with women, so it's not a one benefit. When we say that she's a beneficiary, she can say come anytime to take legal aid services, psychological help for her children if she wants to diagnose them, training, English language. Even her children can also take private lessons. We have some of the centers that provide intensive lessons for school. So it depends, but we have a lot of beneficiaries. We are so proud of it. And the good thing also that Dar Ni'meh, the House of Bliss, the beneficiaries now have reached up to 150 beneficiary that puts their goods in Dar Ni'meh, and we buy from them. Either it's food processed items or handicraft. Besides the direct employment of PTI, which have exceeded now 160 employees. In Jordan, we are a Muslim country, and in Islam, marriage is a contract. It's a contract between two people, and it has rights and obligations. And we believe that when you do this contract, when you have signed this contract, you are obliged to take care of this contract and this company that you have established. So you are going to give birth to children, so you have to be responsible for them, and you have to take care of them. And that's why family is very important, and it has to be legal. So we believe that there's no family that can be, established without a contract, a good contract, which is whether it's the marriage in Islam or other religions. So having children without getting married in our world is something which is unacceptable, and a lot of people culturally also they believe that it's a sin. So that's why those girls, when they come to this world and there is no family name or father name that protects them from being abandoned, they go into orphanages. So the Ministry of Social Development, usually our procedures, we give them a name and a father name and a family name, but it's not related to any tribe. So they have a name, they have an ID, they have a number, they have a passport, they have all these things. And we are glad to say that we have really also helped to get all these things settled very quickly and smoothly. But the problem is a culture. It's the culture. We're not used for born babies without a family name. Um, of course, this is also to reduce, the corruption and leaving the babies beside the garbage, or just being irresponsible in your relationship. So that's why it is forbidden. And even the mother, if she doesn't have a father name, if she doesn't have the father name of her child, she cannot keep the child. I know that this is something that is a bit worldwide. Maybe people will look at it in a very bad way, and it is right. But we didn't reach the stage to say that, yeah, we can do that, because we're a Muslim country, and as I told you, marriage is sacred, family is sacred, and whoever wants to give birth to this human being and to this soul should be responsible for it, and he should think wisely before doing any mistake or just being irresponsible in his relationship.
What are some bad outcomes that happen to orphan girls if they were not helped by someone like PTI?
There was a very big challenges before we came, before we started, and that's why we have started, because the girls had no backup. They didn't have like someone to protect them. So a lot of people were trying to get them into prostitution and other things. People were abusing them, labeling them. They didn't have the chance to live in apartments. They are always afraid from them that they might do problems. Some of them didn't have the chance to get married to a normal family or a local family, because for them, it's the culture of shame. But through working with the girls and letting the local community look into it in a different way, that they are victims, it's not their problem that they came to this world without a family name, and if the girl is earning respect and earning her life in a very decent way, why shouldn't she should have the right to live decently and to have the right to be like any other girl. But you cannot change this unless you have an outcomes, outcomes in front of people's eyes. And this is what PTI did, that we've worked with a lot of my daughters. Actually, we've started together, with ups and downs, until they felt empowered that they can stand and say that I'm an orphan, I'm abandoned, but I'm proud. This is the most important thing, that to be proud of what she is, because it's not her problem. You cannot, say that because your mom did this or your dad did this, so you're going to take it all your life, it's like as a sin. No, she's a human being, and she worked on herself, and she became a successful young lady in this world, and she deserves to stand and say, I'm an orphan. This is something that we all respect. So when they've started, looking at this, and I remember the first time we went into the TV, it took me 4 years to go to TV, and I had my girls around me, 5 girls, to stand and say that we are orphans and that they are proud of it and what they're doing. So people started looking at them and seeing that they are wonderful young ladies that deserves respect. Because respect, you cannot ask for respect, and you cannot ask for acceptance. You have to earn it, and you earn it from your morals, from your attitude, from your relationship, from your successful stories, and this is how we've tried to change and I believe me, I'm telling you, a lot of people started really looking into this thing in a normal way. I had some of my girls that got married to the local community with family names, and they're happy and they're respecting them, and she has her own life now, and she started her own family, and she's having children, which is amazing. But she earned it with respect. Actually, at the beginning, PTI started with some things which is popular, very popular: hairdressing, cooking, service, tailoring. And then afterwards we've started going into things which is a bit out of the box. I always say this, out of the box, which is like we started going into the old handcrafts, wool making, but we started integrating the modern or different cultural arts into it. So the felt, for example, the wool felting wasn't in our community and our culture, but we brought it from outside, from the Far East. But when we've started doing it with the combination of our art, with our patterns, with our colors, it became a beautiful items that people is not used for it, and people likes to change. You know, they like to have new ideas and new things. You know. So we have the wool making, we have the sisal and beads and baskets, and this is something also we have combined between African style of beading with our baskets, which is basket weaving from palm trees and from banana leaves. So we've started really producing very nice different styles. So we have also basket making, we have also of course the food processing and the gelato and all the food items is non-stop, and we always like to learn more. We learned also at our bakery how to do the sourdough and all the European bread, so that we have a lot of foreigners in Jordan, and now we are selling them their own bread in Amman, so they're loving it, and it opens also job opportunities for the girls. We have pottery also, and we do it in a beautiful different way with the artistic touches, you know, drawing on the cups and plates. We have also notebooks that we with textile, so we cover the notebooks with textile also in a very nice way. We have embroidery, which is also things that are very familiar and popular in Jordan, but we try to mix the colors and to put different style of colors that like the flashy ones sometimes, you know, because our tradition usually tends to very royal style of colors, but now we are entering different colors so that we with new lines. We have also wood making with different shapes of our traditional camel style, or you know, there's a mehbash, which is an old tools that we used to use before. Also we have soap making, we have candle making, we have actually a lot of items. Mosaic, of course, mosaic is one of our main also handcrafts in Jordan, and we do it in a very nice and fancy ways. So it depends on the area. So wherever we go and open our centers, we see what are the ladies first of all the natural resources we have over there and what they are used to do, and we try to upgrade their skills, and we always try to look into the quality and the high standards of the items, because you know people tend to buy things which is with a high quality. You know, it's good to teach them and expose them to the quality of the work, so that we can export in the future and go internationally and start, you know, our online international business, as we hope. We are an empowerment institute. I've never thought about asking for money. We always believe that we provide services. So if people wants to help us, I would ask them to buy from our things, to buy from our catering business, to buy from our products, to help us, you know, giving more and more job opportunities for our women to produce more items, to produce more handcrafts, to produce more products. So I think this is the main help that we need now. So we want to go international. We want to sell our things outside Jordan. We know that we have beautiful things that a lot of people would love to have in their homes, and we want people to buy our things because they love it and because they appreciate it, because each piece is made with love from one of the ladies in our remote areas and poverty pockets, whether she's a Jordanian or Syrian refugee or Palestinian refugee or even Iraqi refugee.